I'm really proud how this motion has come to be, and that it is actually really, truly a cross-party piece of work. Originally, we were going to have 3 motions which were going to be submitted along similar lines, and I think that's quite a unique situation to be in. So to have this, my motion, combined with the Conservative one is really great, as some things really are beyond politics. The headline-grabbing part of this is the adoption of the definition of Islamophobia, which is why point 3 is equally important, which is reaffirming our commitment to eliminate discrimination by developing positive communities and tackling prejudice in all forms. Personally, I don't know what it's like to face discrimination for something which is not my choice, and I've no idea how that experience affects those that suffer this from birth, which is why it's incredibly important to do what we can to be a good ally and use our positions to do what we can to end prejudices and protect the rights of those individuals who are subject to them. And that's why today I'll call on every councillor to vote for this motion and show that BCP Council takes all prejudice and racism extremely seriously. Thank you, Chair.
Something I'm pleased, Chair, is that the first motion I bring to this chamber as leader of the council is a cross-party one that I bring alongside Councillor Chris Rigby. This council resolves to A. Adopt the widely and nationally adopted definition of Islamophobia. Islamophobia is rooted in racism and is a type of racism that targets expressions of Muslimness or perceived Muslimness. B. Ensure that all councillors and officers undertake regular race equality training, which will include, as a minimum, a working understanding of our public sector equality duty and unconscious bias. C. To reaffirm BCP Council's commitment to eliminate discrimination, to lead on building positive relationships across our communities, tackling prejudice, and ensuring the public sector equality duty remains at the heart of decision making so that fairness is central to all that we do. Thank you very much for the people who have worked on that motion with us, and we're delighted to bring it forward as a cross-party piece.
I want to thank Councillors Dove, Mrs Green, Slade, Baron, Farquhar, who all had some role in the motion coming together and all worked on the other ones which were coming forward.
Following on from last September's council meeting, when I proposed the motion to adopt the IHRA's definition of anti-Semitism, I was very keen to second this linked and subsequent motion, which provides parity for the APPG definition relating to Islamophobia. However, Councillor Rigby came up with a better idea, and I was delighted to step aside and acknowledge the importance of this being a genuine cross-party initiative. Islamophobia is a pernicious manifestation of prejudice in our society. It marginalises those who are different and seeks to pile justification upon discrimination. It has no place in our modern world, and it has no place in this council.
I fully support this motion. I think it's long overdue. I must admit that I've experienced firsthand as a witness of the kind of behaviour that can take place, and there was a spout of bad behaviour after the referendum, and suddenly it seemed to give a lot of people an excuse to be racist in one form or another. And we are coming to another time which may provoke one or two people to act like complete idiots and use it as an excuse for racism. And I would very much like to think that we not only vote for this and support this, but those who are in a position to do so actually try to organise and support events that demonstrate the diversity of cultures and religious practices we've got in the town. People work on positive events to engage the different cultures and religions and to demonstrate that we're not just talking the talk, we're going to walk the walk.
I'd just like to affirm that I'm in full support of this amended motion, and that I was honoured to be a part of adding and contributing to its creation.
For me, we'll be able to start embracing the gypsy and travellers that we have in our communities, and the work that Kushti Bok do in trying to get the message out there that travellers are a definition and have been here for hundreds of years, and so that will be really good. Thank you.
It's just over a year since we had the motion in council about the definition of anti-Semitism, and I was really disappointed that some people actually disagreed with that motion. We have so many people in our area now. When I was growing up in Bournemouth, who was Jewish, was very unusual. Now in Bournemouth, we have people of every different creed, they come from many different countries, they worship in different ways, people who love in different ways, people who live in different ways, and people who look different, all different to one another. And it really doesn't matter. As Councillor Chris just said, how you're born is how you're born. How you choose to live is your matter. It's not the business of any of the rest of us. There can be nobody who can speak against this, can think that it's right, that Islamophobia is right, that the fear or the anxiety or worry about people who are Muslim is right. It's wrong. We represent everybody in this area, all of us. None of us can say we know our residents. We don't know our residents. We know some of our residents, but we don't know them all. And I would like tonight to be a unanimous vote, nobody voting against, and give out the message that this council has absolutely no prejudice and respects and welcomes everybody to live in our area.
Thank you, members. And just to report that the motion as altered has been carried. Thank you.